Good morning, dear students. Today we discussed about the drugs which are useful for treatment of cough. Generally, anti-tussy categories of drugs are effective for treatment of cough. In sometimes, cough is act as the protective reflexia. How is act as is helpful for removing the foreign materials and secretions from the bronchi and bronchioles. It can be triggered by inflammations in the respiratory tract, for example, by undiagnosed asthma or chronic reflux with aspirations or by neoplasm. In these categories, anti-tussive categories of drugs are mainly used. Cough suppressants are most effective one. Cough may be different types, may be dry, that is without sputum, or unproductive, productive cough, that is with sputum production. There are so many factors that are responsible for this production of cough, mostly environmental factors, that is pollutants, irritants, smoking, automobile. Sometimes cough is indication of an upper respiratory tract infections, acute lung infections, asthma, certain pleural disease, chronic pulmonary ailments like tuberculosis, chronic bronchitis, lung cancer, drug-induced cough. These are some factors that are responsible for cough. Next we come to this treatment of cough. Generally, anti-tussive categories of drugs are used. Anti-tussy categories, these are subcategorized as pharyngeal demulcents, mucolytics, expectorant agents, central cough suppressants, antihistamines, bronchodilators, and nasal decongestants. First we got is pharyngeal demulcents. This is the Latin word demulcens, that means to carry soothing. So this pharyngeal demulcents categories of drugs mainly give soothing effect to our throat. Examples are glycyrrhizia, lemon juice, linctus, and glycerin. Costly preparations are lozenges, troches containing multiple ingredients like menthol. Mainly these pharyngeal demulcents categories are mainly useful in case of dry cough. Generally administered in the form of lozenges, cough drops, and cough linctus, they produce the soothing action on throat directly by increasing the flow of saliva, and this provides symptomatic relief from dry cough. Next category is mucolytics. This name is also indicates mucolytics means liquefies the sputum. This main role is liquefying the sputum. This liquefies the sputum, making it less viscid, so it can be easily exported. Examples of mucolytics: bromhexine, ambroxol, acetylcysteine, carbocysteine, and pancreatic dornase. Next category is expectorant agents. Expectorant, that means to derive from the chest. These expectorant categories of drugs mainly increase the production of bronchial secretion and reduces its viscosity to facilitate its removal by coughing. There are different categories of expectorant agents: direct stimulant and reflex expectorant. Direct stimulant, these categories of expectorant stimulates the explosion of respiratory secretion either directly or reflexly. Certain volatile oils of plant origins like oil of lemon, eucalyptus by steam inhalations route increase the respiratory secretion by its direct action. Another compounds are example guaiacol, which is obtained from wood resourced or synthetically prepared, directly increase the bronchial secretion. Examples syrup tolu. Next category of expectorant agent, reflex expectorants. The second type is reflex expectorant, which acts by stimulating the gastric reflexia, which help to increase the respiratory secretions. Certain salts are used as emetics. When this used in subemetic dose, increase the bronchial secretion and expel it out. They are also known as saline expectorants. These are some examples of expectorant agents: potassium iodide, guaifenesin, ipecac syrup, ammonium salt, sodium potassium citrate, and bromhexine. Potassium iodide is very oldest expectorant agent. This used as an expectorant in asthma, chronic bronchitis. This mainly directly or reflexively acting expectorant agent. Potassium iodide is prolonged use mainly affects the thyroid function. This iodide stimulates the gastropulmonary reflex and has a mucolytic effect, and this also stimulates the ciliary activity. Iodides are mostly associated with hypersensitivity, some individuals pulmonary edema. Guaifenesin, this is Vasca, tolubasum, this is the plant products. This mainly obtained from plant products which enhance the bronchial secretions and mucociliary functions, usually administered orally. This main action is reduce the adhesions and surface tension of mucous secretion. So this is helpful for enhancing mucus clearance. This is very safe and effective drug. Bromhexine, this is another alkaloid derivative, is a synthetic derivative of alkaloid vesicine obtained from Vasca. This drug shows the potent mucolytic and mucokinetic action, capable of inducing thin copious bronchial secretions. This mainly increases mucociliary clearance orally. Side effects are rhinorrhea, lacriations, gastric irritations and hypersensitivity. Another drug is Ipecac syrup. This is usually limited to its use as an emetic. It is not commonly used as an expectorant, but a subemetic dose would have to be used with these agents. It is an alkaloid emetic. Next category is mucolytics. Mucolytics, this main role is liquefies the sputum. Example, ambroxol. Ambroxol is a metabolite of bromhexine and is having mucolytic action. So this uses and side effects are similar to bromhexine. Is a bromhexine derivative. Ammonium salicylate, this also shows the mucolytic action. This nauseating and reflexively increase the respiratory secretions. Sodium potassium citrate mainly increase the bronchial secretion by their salt action. Carbocystine, this mainly liquefies the viscid sputum by opening its disulfide bonds in mycoproteins. So some patients of chronic bronchitis have been shown benefits with this drug. Side effects are GI irritations and rashes. Pancreatic dornase is a deoxyribonuclease obtained from the bovine pancreas. This mainly breaks the DNA into smaller parts, thus making the secretion thin and less viscid. It is usually administered by inhalation route. This mainly causes allergic reactions. Steam inhalation, this offers an effective and inexpensive alternative to drugs. In presence of dehydration, just rehydrating the patient is found to be beneficial. This eridostin, these are the recently introduced mucolytic agent with unique protective functions for respiratory tract. Is mainly indicated in treatment of acute and chronic airway diseases like bronchitis, rhinitis, sinusitis and laryngopharyngitis. Side effects are headache, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, taste alteration, skin rashes, itching and diarrhea. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Next class we will discuss about cough suppressants categories of drugs and what are the roles of local anesthetics and antihistamines in treatment of cough. Okay, thank you. This is my YouTube channel Easy Learning. Here I am uploading lots of videos with simple explanations. If you are interested, please go there. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.